Hi guys, Freddy here. Welcome back to the desktop for another rules breakdown. And this time I'm going to be covering the Dungeons & Dragons basic set, the BECMI from 1983, the basic, expert, companions, master, and I seem to have misplaced my Immortals set, along with a player book for my basic set as well. But it doesn't matter, we've got everything we need to cover the rules within these books here. In fact, I don't even need all these, I'm just kind of showing them off. But I don't think anybody who's going to play this version of Dungeons & Dragons needs a rules breakdown, needs me to go over the very basics of the system. But what I do think is it's interesting for everybody else to go back and have a look and see where the rules came from. Because while I'm a bigger fan of the 3rd edition and actually even the 5th edition version of the rules, I think seeing their origins and seeing how they've improved, what's been lost, what's been added, is really quite interesting. So that's what I'm kind of going to be doing in this video. So basic Dungeons & Dragons doesn't have skills. What they do have, though, is certain special abilities. So, for example, we've got the demi-human special ability chances. So for a dwarf, to find new construction, slopes, shifting walls, or stone traps, you roll 1d6, and you succeed on a 1 or a 2. For an elf, find secret doors. 1d6 is 1 or a 2. For halfling, you've got hide indoors, which is a 1d6, and it's 1 or a 2. Or hide outdoors, which is a 1d10, and succeed on a 1 to 9. The other special abilities you've got are the thief special abilities. So that was just in the basic set Dungeon Masters Rulebook. I've gone straight on to the Masters Players book here to show the full list of special abilities for thieves right up to level 36. Now, as you go up levels, they increase. So, at level 1, you've got open locks, find traps, remove traps, climb walls, move silently, hide in shadows, pickpockets, and hear noise. And they go up by a certain amount each level. Now, basically, you're just rolling percentile dice against the target number. So, for a 15th level thief to pick a lock, it's 75% chance. We roll, he gets a 5 and a 0, 50%, he succeeds. But these can be altered in certain cases. So, to pickpockets, subtract 5% per user per level or HD of victim. So if you were taking a 5-hit dice monster, it'd be 5 times 5, so 25%, so decreasing. So your 15th level thief will be taking his pickpockets of 90, reducing it by 25, and rolling against a target number of 65. Also, percentage of 100 or more, a stuck or exceptionally difficult lock, carefully hidden trap, slippery wall, or faint noise may cause penalty to be applied to normal chances, -5, -10, -20, etc. If even after supplying such penalties, chance of success remains 100% or more, it's only 99%, allowing a 1% minimum chance of failure in all cases. Now, initiative is dealt with in order of events. So we've got order events in an encounter, on a game turn, and order events in combat. So first, the DM asks each player what the character intends to do in the coming round. Then you roll initiative. Each side rolls 1d6. The side that wins the initiative acts first. And then you go through actions. So morale checks, movement, missile fire, magic spells, and then hand-to-hand combat. So hand-to-hand combat always comes last. You've got the actions, the side losing initiative then does all of those, and then you've got results. So monsters are defeated, one side runs away, or the combat continues. It's really as simple as that. You're rolling a d6, side that gets higher wins. Now, combat is where basic Dungeons & Dragons really starts to slip behind more modern versions, because we need this wonderful chart here. So we've got hit roll charts. So depending on the target's armor class, we're rolling based on the class and level of the character. So we've got magic users, we've got thieves and clerics, we've got fighters, and we've got demi-humans, and they have their own hit chances. So depending on what level you are, so let's just say a 15th level fighter, we are rolling on that line. So basically we need to roll higher than anything on that line. So for an armor class 0, we're rolling an 11. So we roll a 1, we actually fail. That's a critical failure and doesn't succeed no matter how low. Because if you roll and hit, even though it's 0, you can see the numbers here with asterisks are where basically the hit number's gone below 0. But instead, it means if you hit, you add that damage. So at level 15, if you hit an armor class 19 thing, you are getting 4 extra damage against it. But otherwise, it's just a normal hit. So you're rolling against the number on this chart for your level against the armor class that you're attacking. And we've got right down to minus 20 armor classes where you need to roll a 30 at like level 1, but even at level 36, you're trying to roll a 17. But of course, that doesn't include bonuses you would get for magical items, belts of strength, which increase your strength, which add to your hit chance, magic swords, which have a plus, which add to your hit chance, etc., etc. Now, damage, much like in later versions, you're adding your strength bonus to do extra damage. You're adding anything you got on your to hit if you're a fighter and you are defeating a very low armor class or a very bad armor class. And then you're rolling a dice based on the type of weapon. So if we have a hand axe here, we're rolling 1d6. So we roll that, we add our bonuses, and we get 6 plus whatever the bonus is damage. It's very simple, and it's very, very similar to more modern versions of the game. Health, of course, is dealt with hit points, which are based on your class. So you're rolling a certain type of dice every level. You're adding any constitution bonus you've got. But you've got to remember that in basic Dungeons & Dragons, the dice stop at a certain level. So hit dice for a fighter is 1d8 per level, up to a maximum of 9d8, plus 2 hit points per level thereafter. So you only get plus 2 every level after 9th. So on 10th level, you get 2 hit points, and that is unmodified by your constitution. Everybody, whether they get a minus, a plus, or anything, get 2 levels per hit points for fighters. Magic users, for example, get 1d4 up to a maximum of 9d4 plus 1 hit point per level thereafter. Now, advancement in basic Dungeons & Dragons is done through levels, as it is through all versions of Dungeons & Dragons, let's be honest. And when you receive experience points, you go up levels. So a fighter needs 2,000 experience to reach 2nd level and become a warrior, whereas a magic user needs 2,500 to become 2nd level. And thieves are even less. If we flick on a few pages, we can see they only needed 1,200 to become 2nd level, and it's 2,400 for them to become 3rd level. So they hit 3rd level before magic user even hits 2nd level. Now that's supposed to balance the game out because mages are the most powerful, so they cost the most to go up. We've also got to bear in mind that demi-humans, not only do they have their own experience tables, so we've got the dwarf here who needs 2,200 to go up to 2nd level. We've got the elf who needs 4,000 to go up to 2nd level. But also, both of these classes are limited. So dwarves can only go up to 12th level total, and elves can only go up to 10th level total. And we should have halflings around here somewhere. There they are. Halflings go up to 8th level, and that's it. Halflings cap out at 8th level. Apart from that, leveling is pretty simple. You're going to be rolling on different columns for your saving throws, which is fairly standard. Instead of being bonuses, you are looking up a table. Your to hit's going to be different based on your level. And you're rolling a different amount of dice for your hit points. So 1d8 per level for your fighters, 1d4 for your magic users, 1 per level until they reach 9 hit dice, and then they get a bonus standard per level as they go up. So 2 points for a fighter, 1 point for a magic user. And it's a very simple system. Obviously, mages get access to their spells. Thieves start looking up different columns on their thief abilities. But that's it. Very, very simple to advance, not much to do. You just tick off your level, add hit points, and start looking up different rows for your saves and your to hits. So that is a very quick look over the basic Dungeons & Dragons rule set, the BECMI ones. And you can see the origins of where we've got to today with 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons and whatever they've announced, because there's a new book coming out in 2022, whether that's 5th edition enhanced, 5.5, or even 6th edition. The origins are here. You know, you've got your to hits, you've got your saving throws, everybody's got hit points, everybody's level based. This is very, very familiar to you if you've played Dungeons & Dragons at all. Now, obviously, this is a lot more clunky. The to-hit tables are a pain. Level caps are really, really silly. I've always thought they introduce game balance at the wrong end, because you're getting your special abilities for being an elf, a dwarf, or a halfling, especially the halfling's ability to hide, which is really quite cool. But you get all those up front, so you are advantaged over players at the start. And it's not until you reach later levels that a penalty is introduced, in that that's you can't get any better. Which is really silly, because as we know from looking at things like Roll20, most campaigns tend to cop out before 10th level. Very few people pay to beyond that. But anyway, I think I've whittled on for quite long enough, so thank you very, very much for watching. And as always, most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.